Hey man, how's you doing, Burgess?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, dude, let me tell you. So JPEG Empire is
It's been a
minting,
day, right? It's
and
been
it
a
has
day.
been a day. I mean, it's been a
Nice.
good day. We're doing pretty good. We're excited about what's going on. But man, let me tell you, waking up at 5 in the morning, and I have to be honest because I've woken up whenever our mint starts. I check a couple things, and then I take a nap for like 30 minutes to an hour.
You were a little late today, though, weren't you?
What?
You're a little bit. Weren't you a little bit late to the party today, though? Weren't you?
This morning I was like 30 minutes late. I was like 30 minutes late. I
Ooh.
woke up, I saw Yepple say, "Hey, the mint is going smooth, blah blah blah," and then I was like, "Well," and then I knocked. But
Well, speaking of that, I am
Yes.
gonna mint one. I am gonna mint one. My third one. This is my last one. I'm gonna mint. I'm gonna mint it on
stream.
on stream. Yeah.
Dude, that's big. I mean, we have so many big things going on, some stuff that we haven't even released or talked about. We're really excited about that. But here's what the thing that I want to talk about that's like my personal thing. So I've had some family stuff going on, right? And then so like I lost my grandma today.
No.
The worst part was that I was like, we've been busting our ass so hard for this mint. She should have waited until after, right? Should have waited until after. But I mean, I love her. She was, it had to happen. She was really ill, so like it wasn't a surprise. But yeah, man. So like constantly in the chat,
sorry,
constantly
dude.
on spaces,
I'm sorry, dude.
making sure that this
I'm
mint
sorry.
goes through. You know what I mean? It was just one of those days. But yeah, it happens. Life, man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take a dark tone. I just wanted to say I had some personal stuff. We're through it. Mint's going well. Public mint starts tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's speak about some more positive things.
Yeah.
Let's do our little promo thing, and then we'll bring up our guest today, Mr.
Really
Ultimate,
excited about this one. Yeah, Mr. Ultimate. And dude, Risk Gaming, Riskwise Pro, and Riskcoin are some of the biggest things in the Cardano space. And what's funny is the apes left. And so like all of our partner projects, all of the friends that we have in this space, we are the top projects in this space. So this is another one, right? We're talking to some of the top projects in the space. And so that's really awesome. But first thing, that right there is a QR code for MEXC. So if anybody likes leverage trading, they have some of the lowest fees in crypto. And I'll get $5 if you make an account that way. If you don't want to make an account that way, that's fine. Leverage trading is dangerous, but it can be fun sometimes. You might lose all your money, but that's a choice that you made yourself.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm in a trade right now. I'm up 5%, but
What are you on? Or what is the trade?
little Pepe trade.
Listen, this is the only warning that I'm going to give you about trading immediately right now. So, did you see the Trump stuff?
He was like convicted or whatever.
On all like 34 charges, accounts or whatever. But the thing is that the market dumped. So like some of the other stuff dumped, right? As a result of that. So what I'm saying is, because he was more crypto positive, what I'm saying is that there could be like more dump, like depending on, you know what I mean, the news based on that. But
I can see it too, but I'm just like scalp trading right now. So
okay. Short time frames, you're good.
I'll probably get like, I don't know, 10, 15% and like close it, and then I'll get another one like that,
Because
or then sometimes it pumps like a little bit, falls like a little bit, get like 20, 30%.
Desert had a bunch of longs and then like had them like the stop loss already in profit, and then he said
he
like
should have closed that Ondo. Did he not close the Ondo trade?
No. They all hit. They were all in profit, and they all hit a stop loss above profit. So like he was good, but he was just like, what? He was like, what the heck is happening? Like I got out of all of my trades at the same time, and then checked the news, and that was the thing.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, but Ascent Rivals, one of the best games, if not the best game on Cardano so far, right? Because Risk the game is not out yet, but Ascent Rivals.
We have a trailer to show, like we always do. The Saline The Sailing Tournament is coming up first, and then the Cardano Clash. Let's check it out.
Yep. Yeah, man.
But yeah,
Dude,
that was
so
it.
amazing. So amazing.
And what are all? I gotta look it up. I gotta remember. Do you don't know what all the communities we have right now that are in that Cardano
The
Clash?
Cardano Clash? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But
I think we have like 5. Oh, here we go. We got Friends, the Ada Pipos. We got Book of Ikage.
Yep.
Of course, we got JPEG Empire. And then we got House of Titans right now.
Yeah.
So if you are an NFT community with some gamers in it, you should sign up for the Cardano Clash. We are looking for teams to come join us. Everyone that participates and actually races will get an actual jersey mailed to them with their name,
custom,
and all the sponsors,
and
their community logo. You should check it out. It's like 2,500 or 5,000 ADA.
Yeah,
ADA.
over 5,000 ADA as a
as a prize.
pool.
It's pretty sweet. You should check it out.
Sick. And then we have to give a shout out to CryptoChips.io because they're the main channel sponsor. They're fantastic, and they make the best crypto merch. Boom.
They do. Boom. I always give a little shout out to one of the NFT communities I'm part of, the Goons. They just came out with their rare 3D NFTs for their new series, like the really cool ones. So the one of ones. So you should go check those out. And then I always give a shout out to Web3 Breakfast. It's a little morning show I listen to most days when I can. I've been working at this shitty ass job, so I haven't been listening to them recently, which sucks. But shout out to Jay Chains. He puts on an awesome show. It's a bunch of community members. They come together.
And he fights tonight.
So just to let our guests know and everyone else, if his fight comes up while we're streaming, we're gonna pull it up because I definitely want to watch that shit, and we hope that he beats Fry's ass or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Firefest.
Yeah, Firefest. Fuck that guy. Cause he's a scammer.
Yeah,
I hate scammers. Scammers get out of here.
Yeah, man. But Jay Chain's gonna knock him out of the park.
Yeah, we hope so.
He will.
He's a savage. He'll beat that. He'll beat his ass.
All right. So we've been going on for a minute. I think it's about time. Honestly, like you talking about other people to race in the Cardano Clash, which JPEG Empire and Loot Creativity will be basically hosting. I think that our guest might know some people that like gaming and might be interested in the possible co-marketing opportunity that would come with that. But so let's ask him. So without further ado,
way to put the pressure.
How are we doing, Mr. Ultimate?
Shaking the ropes. How you guys all doing?
We love it. We love it. So the question is, do you happen to know any communities on Cardano that happen to like gaming?
I know quite a few, actually. Yes, I do.
You know quite a few. Oh, that's amazing. So we're doing this thing.
We're looking for gamers, dude.
Yeah, we're looking for gamers. For the Cardano Clash, the prize pool is upwards of 5,000 ADA. And then the ones that race and get into the finals actually get swag. Like they get swag with all of the community logos on it, and their names.
The way it works too. If there's a bunch of racers that you actually get, like a bunch of people are like, oh wow, I want to take part in that. There's like qualifying races, so it's the best of the best make it. So it's supposed to be super competitive, and then like in the future we're gonna be able to bet on games. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, I like that aspect. That's the trailer you just showed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's such a
Yeah.
fun game.
And that's the base graphics. Like, as you could tell, like the model was like the base model in Unity. Like, they're gonna have the graphic upgrade. The whole map is gonna look way more beautiful, and the ships and everything. So it's super exciting.
Yeah, it looks good. It's real good.
Mhm.
So, Mr. Ultimate, how are you doing tonight? How are things and what's new, bud?
Oh, I'll be honest with you guys, man. I'm tired, bro. I'm exhausted. It's crunch time right now for a lot of the things we're putting out. So Johnny and I are up quite a bit. We're up late often. As a matter of fact, we have another dev call tonight, starting at 11 p.m. our time. And yeah, I'm just kind of burning the candle at both ends. I mean, I'm super excited. I'm super pumped on everything. I'm just a little bit tired. And you know, I work the IRL job too and stuff. So yeah, it's there's a lot going on, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, man.
My cat agrees with me. Sorry about the cat noise in the background.
No, you're good. It's possible
Okay.
that you all will hear some wife noises in the background. I don't have any house pets here, but my wife is with me tonight.
You better not see your feet again in the corner.
Well, I'm sure the chat will love that. They'll be like, "Oh yes,
Oh yeah, feet.
yeah." We got a bunch of
What
weird
happened last time. It was weird last time. It's like, why? Who cares, dude?
I didn't even see him. I didn't
Leave
see
me
him.
alone. But I do have questions about Risk because I'm not too familiar with the project. So could you give us a little bit a rundown, just a quick little skim overview of what you've done and then like where you're at like right now?
Yeah. So, are you familiar with the Risk board game?
I am, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's that's the basis for everything. I'm a big Risk fan. I've been playing since I was a kid, and wanted to bring that to Web3 and do a version of that where you have a token that you can risk against players. So it's player versus player. And we wanted to have some NFTs that tie into the game to where, like, if you have certain sets of NFTs, you get certain bonuses within the game. We wanted to build the game obviously a little bit different than the Risk board game. Although if you look at what we've done so far, like the map itself is quite the same. So anybody who is familiar with the game Risk will be able to jump right in and know exactly, how to play the game and everything. We're gonna have some tutorials as well, because there's a lot of people who don't know how to play the game or have never played the game or never even heard of the game. But so that's the basis for the game. You're going to use your NFTs for bonuses. We also have in-game items. We're going to have a bunch of in-game items that you can use to kind of do some things in the game, whether it's an attack boost bonus or whether it's a defense boost bonus or whether it's there's just some surprises within the game itself with the in-game items. So it's very similar but very different at the same time. I think people are really going to enjoy playing the game. It's a very simple game. We're not trying to overdo like any amazing distracting graphics and stuff like that. We're really focusing on the gameplay, which is the most important part. And I think people being able to take their Risk tokens and put them up, when you have it all stacked up and you've got the bonuses, you're able to buy the in-game items with Risk token, and you have your NFT sets or whatever, people are going to really be trying to be the best at the game, and we want to give them every advantage they can through various different ways. So, from my standpoint, I try to create the game the way I want to play the game as an avid player of Risk. So my uncles and I, my cousins, my family, who I've started out playing the game with since I was 7 years old, we always were like, gosh, wouldn't it be great to be able to play Risk for money? And take your tokens and bet. It's almost like you're betting on yourself. You're betting on your strategy, your skill, your ability to play the game, and go out there and win some Risk tokens. That's the play to earn aspect, because the Risk tokens do have value. You can obviously go buy them and sell them like you could any other Cardano native token. And so that's what we're creating. And it's taken longer than we thought. It really has. And a lot of that has to do with, I think, the nuances that we're trying to develop and trying to keep the game, trying to keep focused on the game itself the way it was, the Risk game. So our game is called Ultimate Domination. And I'm very interactive with trying to just keep it the way, very simplistic, but at the same time, a lot of fun. So, development does take time, especially if you are like me and you're kind of a perfectionist. You really want things to be a certain way. So we're working with our team to get it developed that way. And it's getting closer every day. In fact, I think after this dev meeting tonight, we're going over some more notes and we're getting ready to finally be able to test to test the multiplayer game. Right now, it's been in test mode, and I think they're almost there with the multiplayer. So I can get that link out to some of the people who are the testers in our Discord role, and we're gonna start playing against each other and kind of figure out like what we can improve or what maybe isn't working right, or obviously bug testing and stuff. So it's getting pretty exciting because we're closer every day.
Love that.
So here is a obvious question, but how do me and Burgess test this game?
Oh, I can get you guys a link for sure.
Dude, because I think that would be fun, and then we can talk about it,
Yeah, you got to pop in our Discord, and I have to give you guys the role, or I can send you the link. It is being built on Unity. Sometimes, like the link, some people have had trouble connecting with the link. In fact, like I can't connect on Google Chrome. I have to like log off Google Chrome, and I have to log on to Safari to be able to test the game. But I can definitely shoot you guys a link, especially when it comes to multiplayer, because I'm actually looking for a lot of people, particularly people who know how to play Risk. It doesn't really matter, but it really does help, because then we can all kind of look at some of those things together to play the game and find out how that's working out in multiplayer.
That'd be sick. Super sick. All right.
Yeah,
So I was gonna say, let us know a little bit about you. Let's get to know you a bit, right? I know you a little bit, but
An ultimate kid needs to go over here. So sorry about that, guys. He's bugging me.
no, you're good.
So about me, you want to know about me, huh?
Yeah.
There ain't much to me, dude. I've worked in a restaurant my whole life, and now I've been doing Web3 stuff for like over 3 years now in the Cardano space predominantly. Yeah, I started out here in this space as a crypto YouTuber, and went from crypto YouTubing to a Cardano NFT project YouTubing, and with a little bit of crypto mixed in between. Because I've been into crypto since late 2016, early 2017, and so that's kind of like my background in this space. Lately, I haven't done as much YouTube as I have before, because building a game and the project that we have with Risk is it's very deep, and there's a lot of work involved. And now our team is actually expanding out in different ways in Polygon and now Solana as well. So I do have my hands full with all the things that it takes to oversee a big project like that. And so not doing as much YouTube, but that's basically me in a nutshell. I'm more of a people person, but kind of I'm turning into a Web3 person. I'm not very technically inclined, but I learn stuff every day. I got a lot of good people out there that are showing me how to do stuff. I had to develop how to run a Discord. There's a lot of work that goes into Web3 and NFTs and stuff like that. So that's really where I'm at.
Definitely is. It's like a whole little business. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the busiest I've ever been in my life. I mean, I'm always doing something.
100%.
Hit him with some sauce, Burgess. I don't know.
Hit him with some sauce. Well,
Yeah,
I
man.
was looking at his NFT page. I kind of wanted to pull it up, and I want to ask a question about that. Oh, shoot. It takes forever to pull things up.
Yeah.
What is it that you're looking at?
StreamYard.
NFTs. These
NFTs.
guys, the warthogs.
Oh yeah,
Looks-
our first that's our Genesis collection, our warthogs. I love them, man. I love the art on them. Just the whole development of that first one was really fun for us, And so, yeah, I really like these. I've got a few of them myself. I've got a couple of Elite 8 sets, and yeah, I just can't wait to play the game, man. I can't wait to play the game.
Goodness, after we get through this mint, I already know a couple of those that I'm gonna snipe. Yeah. What?
Yeah, floor on those have actually really held up well. Our mint price on those was 80 ADA. So
Oh,
Yeah, I
You
was
know-
asking John that earlier. I was like, what was their mint price? Because this is like a really good price, to be honest.
yeah,
for
and
it.
I said 100 because I've only ever seen it basically above 100 for a very long time.
yeah,
Right.
it went above mint price
Right.
immediately, and this particular set has never dropped below mint, not even close. So to be sitting at double mint price at this point in this environment that they're in is actually really good. We have a lot of diamond-handed holders. A lot of people are really holding on to these, and I mean these all of our NFT sets in some way tie into Riskwise Pro, but so like holding just one individual hog will get you into Riskwise Pro as well. So it's like people are excited about what's coming, and it just goes to show what happens when you have a diamond-handed community that really believes in the team and what we're building and all that good stuff. So
Can you talk about Riskwise Pro a little bit? Because I was talking to John a little bit before the show, and I mean, I have a question about it, but let's talk about what it is, just as an explanation for everyone.
Yeah, Riskwise Pro is actually Johnny's brainchild. So it's a competitor to Tap Tools. It's going to be a lot cheaper. Barrier entry to Tap Tools. That's one of the things we really talked about. We love Tap Tools. What they've invented, what they've brought to the space is really big. So we always give a shout out to them. Nothing that we do is a slight on them in whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. But I do really believe that the barrier to entry is a little high on those, and I feel like everybody should have access to tools like that make you a better trader, that make you a better investor. That give you the information that everybody has. So ours is going to be a lot like that. We've got a lot. There's a lot of things I can't talk about. Even in our own community, there's things we don't talk about because we've kind of noticed that some of the things that we have talked about in public have been noticed, and some of those things have been implemented by Tap Tools as well, actually. And so we hold a lot of our cards close to our chest, but just think Tap Tools and think with more opportunities and more activities.
It's funny. That was the first thing that came to mind too. I was like interested. I was like, how are they going to compete? But you kind of answered that right off the bat with how you I didn't even say anything, but you did answer my question with the affordability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, affordability is a big deal. Like I said, everybody should have access to tools that make you a better trader, in my opinion. Johnny Tran is actually a really, really good. He's a professional trader. Day trader, and he's got a lot of information. He's got an aspect to that with holding certain NFTs that will get you into some educational pro tools, where he's going to educate people on all kinds of trading nuances. I'm not a professional trader, so I'm actually looking forward to participating in those training classes as well. This is not just about NFTs. It's about tokens. It's also about crypto. It's about education and finding out information, how to take that information and make the most out of it in whatever aspect that you want to get involved in crypto and in the NFT space as well. So it's like I said, it's very similar, but we're gonna have a bunch of multi-charts where you're gonna be able to do some stuff through our browser instead of having to jump around to all these different places. You can do a lot of things straight through the browser, and a lot of secrets that have yet to come out there. So we initially had quite a bit of a hang up with the development of Riskwise Pro. The original developer, he had gotten in a car wreck and he got pretty wrecked. Wow. No pun intended. He's okay now, but we actually had to hand off Riskwise Pro to a different team of developers, and they had to really kind of pick up and put the pieces together. And so that kind of delayed as well. It's unfortunate that both the big things that we have coming are a little bit of a delay, but again, it's attention to detail. It's making sure everything's right. We don't want to release anything and have to be oh wait, let's go fix this. Let's hold off on this or whatever. That's not really the direction we want to go. So we're working night and day to get this developed the way we want it. And it's a lot like the Ultimate Domination game. I keep telling people there's never really going to be a final version. We're constantly going to be updating. We're constantly going to be upgrading. We have a lot of ideas as how to continue to develop the game and the Riskwise Pro.
Make a different type metas as throughout time.
And when you do something and when you go through it and when it's released and it's in public and you start to find out maybe we could do this better. Hey, maybe we can add this. I will say this, our dev team's doing a great job. We keep throwing stuff at them. Hey, we want to do this. Ideas are coming to us as we're developing this. And so they've been cool with allowing us to be able to do that kind of stuff. And maybe some of the things that we wanted to add later, we're why not just add now? So it's actually really close. Riskwise Pro will be released before Ultimate Domination game. So that's the only real timelines I can give on anything.
That's fantastic. And here's a little bit of alpha, which, it kind of depends on you, Ultimate and Johnny. But we currently are going to be using Tap Tools API. However, at the soonest possible moment that Riskwise Pro has an API that is better and or comparable, we're very quickly going to switch over to that from the JPEG Empire side. And that's something that I'm looking forward to and hoping to see.
We appreciate that. Honestly, I think a lot of people are going to really get behind us on this because they know that what we're building and why we're building it. And it's been nothing but support from a lot of people. Like you were saying earlier, when I was off camera, talking about working with the top partners in the space, working with the people, the top projects in the space. There's a bit of a void now, obviously, with Toss leaving, and there's just more room at the top now. And so, we kind of run with a lot of the people that are building games. Bank, shout out to Bank. They're like our closest partnership project
Bank
that
is
we
sick. Will Thunder's gangster. He's got a bazooka.
love him. Such a great guy, man. He embraced us. When we started doing Risk, it was very much side by side with what they're doing. And a lot of people have been like, "Hey, when is Riskwise Pro coming out? We want to use these tools. We want to support you guys. We love what you're doing. We love what you're bringing to the space and making it easier for people to have access to those things." So it's gonna make Cardano better in any way that we can. And that's what we're trying to do.
That's
Awesome.
fantastic. We love to hear that.
John, you know what I realize is usually we give like the first half of the show. We always like kind of like dive a little bit deeper. Did we swap it out today? Did we?
Yeah, we
like,
kind of we switched up,
first,
yeah.
and then we'll do like a little bit deeper. Not deeper. Just ask for a little more personal questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
We should
say,
do
while we're on this topic, I guess what do you feel like has been the toughest part in the development of Riskwise Pro, or like the game of Risk the game, or the token? What has been the most difficult? And the reason I'm asking is because JPEG Empire, we've played with the idea of tokenomics. We have a future idea that requires tokenomics, and that's one of those things that's really complicated. I don't know. Do you hold any box token? This is one question. Do you hold any box token?
I don't hold any box. Right?
What?
That's
That's
the
a
box
box thing, right?
Yeah, HODLBox token.
Yeah, no, I don't have any.
You should look into it. It's probably going to 0, but the thing is that it already went to 0, so it can only go up from there, right? So
Get to 0
now,
buy some. Sounds good. Count me in.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, but
Everything else, 0 I bought.
Mythical, the founder, he's really cool. He's really good people. HODLBox is doing some cool things in this space, but the reason I was asking is because there was a snafu at the beginning of the launch of that token. Somebody else that was being malicious started started a liquidity pool at the beginning, messed a bunch of stuff up. So the chart literally looks like it dumped 97%, right? And then so these are some of the things that happen, but the liquidity pool was only there for a moment. So the coin never actually dumped that far, right? But so that's his joke now. He's like, I told you all it was going to 0, and it did now. So I was right.
You can only go up here.
Yeah. But anyway, so tokenomics are complicated. So my question is, what has been the hardest thing between the game, Riskwise Pro, tokenomics, the Risk coin? Yeah.
I mean, individually, or are you saying it's one than the other? Individually,
Riskwise,
like I said, having that get derailed with the original developer was tough. It definitely set us back. We would have had it out by now, certainly at this point. It ended up being a blessing in disguise because the people who are developing that for us now are actually end up doing a better job. And it's more complete, and it's more it's what we really want it to be. So the hang up was a little rough on that because we had different time targets, and when your community is like, when's this going to happen? It's like we want to answer those questions, but we don't always know. And so that's the hardest part for me when it comes to Riskwise Pro. I guess it's really essentially the same thing with the Ultimate Domination game. I had a different idea in my mind of what it is that game development would be like and everything. And so it's the time. It's when it comes to the Ultimate Domination game, I'm gonna play that game all the time. I can't wait to play that game. This is my brainchild, whereas Riskwise Pro is Johnny's brainchild. So we act independently with each other on those two subjects. We come together, we have our dev meetings, and we talk about a lot of things, and we bounce things off each other. But when it comes to the game, I just want to play the game. I'm excited. I want everybody else to be excited and play the game and like it and enjoy it as much as I think they're going to. And so it's just the waiting. That's really the only hard part. With the Risk token launch was really smooth. We actually beat the bots right out the gate. We worked with people thought we were going to launch on MinSwap, and we let that ride. We didn't tell anybody we were launching on a different platform. And we did, and it worked. It beat the bots. We have a lot of liquidity. We have a very good liquidity in our token. I think it's like 340K ADA, something like that, around there, 330, 350. That's where it bounces around. So the token's been great. And a lot of people are like, hey, when are you going to pump the token? We're like, we're not going to artificially pump our token. We don't want to create artificial pumps and dumps. It's been very stable, which has been great. The token's been sort of the easiest part. But the token is really the engine of what we do. You know, it's going to be your entry into the game. It's going to be what you bet on. It's going to be what you buy and your entries into the game to win or lose your tokens, and buying the upgrades and all that stuff, and buying the upgraded dice. We've got 5 partnership dice that we've got thrown in the game and everything. And so the token's really the easy part. You know, creating NFT, as you know, as when you start a NFT project, because we have 3 different sets that are going to be involved in the game. You're talking about art. You're talking about there's just so much that goes into the creation of that. We've had 3 series now. We're done creating our NFTs. There's no more NFTs that are coming out, except for a special airdrop that's coming up, but that's not till down the line. That's going to be free to people who are holding Elite 8 sets. But all that stuff really ties in together. It makes a lot of work, and you have to constantly troubleshoot. You're constantly troubleshooting in the Web3 space. I think a lot of projects that didn't succeed, they weren't good at troubleshooting. They weren't good at pivoting. They weren't good at like seeing what needs to be done and going out there and doing it. Or maybe they were stubborn. This is what we want to do. This is what we're going to do. It's like, it doesn't always work like that. So for me, again, just to sum it up, I want to play the damn game. And I'm probably just as impatient, if not the most impatient person on that aspect of what we're doing. But when it comes, I'm excited, and I'm going to be kicking people's butts. It's going to be fun.
So
I'm excited to play against you, dude.
Let's go. I can't wait, dude.
That's definitely me. Like in JPEG Empire, I'm the one that's like all gas. It's like no patience. Come on, let's get this stuff done. Like, come on, roll it out. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
But then I have Desert, who I love Desert, but he's the one that like pumps the brakes. He's like, come on, we gotta, He's like, John's all gas, Desert pumps the brakes, but we work perfectly together.
You got to have the yin and yang, man. I mean, Johnny and I are a lot of like that. We bounce things off each other all the time, and we make sure that, everything is running smoothly. And again, when you set out to start something at the very beginning, it's like, yeah, we're going to do all of this, and this is the timeline, and this is the way it's going to go. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got to troubleshoot this. Oh, we got to troubleshoot that now. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't think about, let's implement this. Oh, this would make this a better game play. And so all those things kind of happen in real time, and you have to adjust to that. And again, shout out to our dev. They're doing a great job. So, we're excited. The good things come to those who wait. And we know that the final product is going to be something that people are going to really enjoy. And if we have to push through until then, that's just the nature of the business. And that's where we're at. But I still think, relatively speaking, and we've got another big adventure to get to. We can, talk about that later. But we have so many different phases of things going at so many different times that it's really a lot of intricacy to look at everything individually, but then also looking at the project as a whole takes a lot of like thought power. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Shout out to Robbie. What's up, Robbie? Let's go,
love Robbie. Shout out to Lisa too.
Man, dude. Love him.
Harry Manback, Jimmy Bones. Yep. Shout out to everybody.
All the people. Thank you for coming in and watching, everyone.
Yeah. Shout out to the live watchers.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to transition into our 2 questions.
No, wait, stop. First. I said this in the chat because, okay, Mr. Ultimate, you talked about, or Ultimate, you mentioned the Elite 8. I wanted you to go back on that. Tell us what the Elite 8 are and how somebody can acquire the Elite 8.
Yeah, I am curious of that also, yeah.
Yeah, so having an Elite 8 set, it's strictly related to the Warthogs. You have to have 1 general, 1 lieutenant general, 1 captain, and 5 privates. And we have various different skins as well. So you can create these as a standard one, as you can have 1 of the 3 and then 5 of the other. And you can create a standard Elite 8 set out of that, or you can take it to where like you have like a lava skin Elite 8 set or a cyborg skin Elite 8 set. And they're hard to complete. At this point, it's I don't even know if you could go on here and complete a full Elite 8 set, especially one that is, of a certain kind. But those are going to give advantages into the game as well. And so Having an Elite Eight set is probably going to be the most advantageous thing to have in the game itself. We're also going to be doing an airdrop later on down the line. People want to know more about it, but like, we're not even there yet. Like I said, like, look at that Vader. That's so sick. We have so many things going. While we're doing 3 different things, we got 4 other things planned. You know what I mean? And so the airdrop's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be part of the game. Yeah, the Batman, those 1-of-1s are looking sick. And so, yeah, having Elite Eight sets pretty advantageous. We also have the 4 horsemen. If you have one of each of the type of 4 horsemen, you get a 4 horseman roll. You can match those up by skins as well. So, we've really tried to create things from the standpoint of us as collectors ourselves. We've all been buying and selling NFTs long before we ever created a project. And so we try to take the things that we like and we think would keep us interested, and we kind of implement that into the design and the development of our NFTs. So Elite Eight set's going to be, like I said, they're harder to get. So whoever's holding on to those Elite sets, there's a couple of people in our group that have multiple Elite Eight sets, and so
that's crazy. Desert has one.
It's part of it. You know what I mean? Like, we all have fun collecting and getting rolls and all that fun stuff.
All right, now we can get to the question. Sorry, I had to get on that one because I actually wanted to look at it, and like, I looked
it's fine.
at it. If you
totally
get
fine.
5
I actually heard it
private-
earlier, and I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. But
at 5
yeah,
privates
so.
is basically 800 ADA. So like, when you get 5 privates, that's 800 ADA, and then once you get like the general is like 200, then you get the captain, it's like 400, and then so like to complete one now, yeah, that's tough.
Well, a lot of people who were there from us in the very beginning, shout out to all those people who were there with us in the very beginning. A lot of them built their sets right away, and they're sitting on them. You know what I mean? And who's to say that somewhere down the line they don't sell in a complete Elite Eight set, or maybe do some trading or whatever? But it has definitely gotten a lot more expensive to get an Elite Eight set. A lot of people were very helpful in our community. They were trading. They were doing a lot of cool things to help each other complete them. And still, people do that all the time. And so that's a shout out to our community and looking out for each other and everything. Also, there's big staking bonuses for the risk token. You can stake. Every single item we have is stakeable. And so, I'm sorry, the 3 sets that we have that are in the game that are all stakeable. The other 2 sets we have are both free airdrops to the community. And the floor value on those is hold really well too. But the staking aspect is really good. You're going to get, people are just absolutely just stacking risk tokens right now, and they're going to need them because they're going to need them to use them in the game and buy the in-game items. So it's a whole complete ecosystem, really, at the end of the day, by the time you look at it.
Love that.
Yeah, Robbie is the Wolverine. I think he minted the 1-of-1 Wolverine in his PFP.
That's
really.
I'm going to look at it right now. I don't think I
knew Robbie. That's
just
sick.
saw that, Robbie. I'm sorry.
I'm actually really disappointed. Like, my head was just underneath the ground. Like, at the time that you all minted, I just wasn't there for that. I was just I was all over the crypto space before I like settled down in Cardano for sure. But yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Cool. This one's cool. Oh shit.
I'm gonna probably try to accumulate them anyways. I want to get an Elite 8 set.
Dude, they're expensive.
I know.
I was looking. I was like, dang, this is an expensive collection.
It is, man. And again, that's testament to the community. Everything we do is, our community is the baseline of everything we do. Without our community being strong the way they are, we're not holding NFTs that are over the floor. We're not, pushing forward and developing a game and bringing other things like Riskwise Pro and all that stuff. So, all of the NFTs we have, we try to give as much utility to them as possible. We even have, the lifetime royalty passes. The royalties on all 3 of the sets that are in the game, 100% of those royalties go to the community in the way of them holding the lifetime passes. So, all these NFTs have a lot of multiple level utility, and we want to continue that. We're always thinking we have some pretty outlandish, wild ideas that we talk about on a weekly basis. We'd like to do we can't do that yet. We got to wait till all these things happen. So we're always we have like this think tank of 4 of us, the 4 horsemen we call ourselves, and we come up with ideas on the weekly. It's pretty fun.
That's awesome. All right, now we gotta go to the questions.
Yeah, we gotta transition to the really difficult questions where everyone's gonna judge you.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
All right,
but, John,
so
I'm gonna ask you for no. You always ask you ask it very nicely.
yeah, I was gonna say So I want you to paint me a picture of your favorite thing to eat, and like where in the world are you going to go to eat it?
Tough question, huh?
I mean, you work in a restaurant, right? So you see a lot of stuff.
No, I got you. Here's my honest to goodness answer. So I'm half Greek on my father's side. My father came to this country from a small Greek island called Samos in like right before or during World War II. So he came from authentic Greek islands. I have never been to Greece. And I've been told since I was a little kid all the stories about Greece. My dad was going to take me to Greece one day. That I'm 47 years old. That hasn't happened yet. And now Greek food is really good. My yaya, God bless her too. My condolences for your grandma. By the way, I was listening to that, and that's always tough. I was close to my grandmother as well. She cooked the best Greek food in the world, and she's been gone for a while now. So there's like this hole in my heart where like there's no good. Like I go to a Greek restaurant, right? And I'm sorry, it just doesn't compare. I was growing up with a Greek grandmother who cooked it authentically. Yeah. So I want to take my wife to Greece one day, for maybe it's a anniversary or something like that, a second honeymoon. I don't know. We want to go to Greece. We want to go check out some of the Greek islands and hit some of those authentic Greek restaurants. Now, I've from what I do know, the Greek food in Greece is some of the best food in the world, from what a lot of people have to say. So it's going to have to be that. And I'll tell you what, I will definitely document it, and I will chop it up, put it in a YouTube video, and show everybody the travels of Mr. and Mrs. Ultimate.
So I have a caveat for that. When you do go to Greece and you do eat all this food and see all these places and stuff, you should put some of your reviews into Mint Pass. So Mint Pass is kind of like TripAdvisor, but it's NFTs, Web3 incentives and stuff.
What? I've never heard this.
Yeah, and the reason that I'm saying this is because our dev.
It's not on the App Store yet, though, is it?
It's in beta, so you can get it in beta. But I'm saying by the time he goes to Greece, you know what I mean, he'll be able to do it. But Aaron Guyette, our dev, he's the founder of Mint Pass. So Mint Pass is basically Web3 TripAdvisor competitor. But it has a lot of really neat incentive structures and stuff going on there.
It's pretty sweet. Like the whole app is pretty sweet. The UI is nice.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
There you go.
Also, we have aspirations to move to Costa Rica someday. And when we did go down there in February earlier this year, man, I really enjoyed the food down in Costa Rica. There were some places we're already talking about we can't wait to go back to. So if there's an app like that, and there's, shoot, I'm going to be all about that. I'll post everything. Like I said, I have a background in YouTube, so it's not like I'm camera shy.
I'm going to have to find your old videos and then see if I can get some old Ultimate videos.
Oh man, I'm a total dork, dude. I like to have fun. I never took anything too seriously, and I'm a big goofball on camera. So, and how I am on camera is exactly how I am in real life. So, you'll probably get a kick out of my stupid face on.
That's the way you gotta do it, though. That's the best way.
Yeah, and they're super raw. Like I said, I'm not a tech guy, so I don't have these flashy backgrounds and all this cool stuff. And I just talk and I laugh, and I laugh at myself mostly.
Hell yeah! All right, second question. Super tough. Super tough. And this is because John is a huge movie buff. What is your favorite movie?
Favorite movie of all time is still the same. If I had to pick one movie that I'm putting up at the top all time, it is Braveheart. I love that movie. I love everything about it. And it's just cinematography, everything, the storyline. It's the greatest movie ever told, in my opinion.
We love that.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. That's a good choice. No judgment here.
All right. I passed the trial by fire.
Yep. Passed the trial by fire.
You did.
I see. Anything else you're thinking about, Burgess?
Not super specifically, no.
Okay, gotcha. I
did want to mint a junkie before.
Oh,
a boss. Okay, mint a boss. Let's check it out.
Not a junkie, a boss. I meant that.
I'm gonna when we're done with this interview too. I'm gonna go exercise my whitelist privileges and go mint as well. So I knew you guys were minting today, but I was like, oh my gosh, that's right, it is today.
Yeah, no. You still have time until like 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, so you're good for whitelist. And Robbie actually minted some fire ones, I believe, today. I think Jeff Duke's got some.
Doofy. What's that?
What?
Doofy. Ask him about Doofy.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's
Me
asked
about
that.
Hey,
Okay, so
if you guys want me to use the rest of my whitelist spots, send your Ada to Burgess_33.
Burgess_33. Yep. So there we are. Look at how smooth and beautiful that is. Dude, if you got a 1 of 1, that would be crazy. Like, look at this guy right here. Like the genie on the right side.
You know what's smooth and not easy sometimes is Eternal Wallet.
That
It's
major.
being ridiculous.
I can't wait to go mint, dude.
Dude, I think I minted like 14 today. I'm probably gonna be minting more.
How
But,
many were you able to mint with the whitelist?
I believe every whitelist that you got would give you 5
Oh, okay, nice.
potential mints.
I like to
So-
scratch the itch. You know what I mean? Minting for me never gets old, man. That's like part of the core of life.
Eternal Wallet sometimes.
Love
All right, and then
You know what?
so let me ask you about Doofy then. They're asking about Doofy. So tell me about Doofy. What is this?
Yeah, so Doofy is our exploration into the Solana chain via the meme token. Doofy is a meme token that we are running. So obviously, being the Docs team that we are, we're doing a meme token on Solana, which is great because most people who do meme tokens on Solana, you have no idea who they are, and most of them end up going to zero or getting rugged for whatever reason. Now, Doofy, we wanted to go away from the typical cat, dog meme kind of stuff. It's saturated. So we picked Doofy, who is the character from the Scream movies. He was the silly brother on those movies, and I think it's perfectly memeable. There's already a lot of stuff you can kind of do with that, and for me, it's kind of a play on words because you kind of have to be Doofy to go throw your money at a meme coin that you never know what's going to happen to. So we actually are very, very excited about Doofy. Now we're also going to be giving some utility to Doofy. We're going to be building a cross-chain casino actually, and you're going to be able to plug your Cardano wallet and your whatever you're going to use for your Solana wallet. I go with Phantom.
There we go.
Do that, and you're going to be able to enter various things with the Doofy token and stuff like that. So we've got big plans for this meme token. It's a meme token with a purpose, and it's got a fully doxed team behind it. We're not going to be doing any paid influencers or team tokens. There's 0% chance of anybody doing a mega dump. As a matter of fact, myself, Johnny, all of us, anybody, if we want to have Doofy tokens, we have to buy it pre-sale just like everybody else at the same price as everybody else. So, we really put a lot of thought into it like we do with everything we do. We don't want to do anything that we see is going to end up a failure, and we don't want to do anything half-assed. So our motto is full send or no send, and Doofy's going to be a full send. We're going to start a huge marketing campaign involved with that. We're going to be talking to a lot of people that are going to get a lot of eyes on us, and so Doofy's exciting. But at the same time, we've got Riskwise Pro in development that should be ready anytime. We've got the Ultimate Domination game going still, so we're not trying to cut off more than we can chew, but we've already got the ball rolling by simply telling people this is our Solana adventure. And of course, as you grow in other chains as well, you're growing your brand, you're growing your name, and you're bringing more eyes to everything that you do. And right now everything we do is central to Cardano, so we're kind of hoping that some eyes will be poured into the space with all the other adventures that we have. So Doofy's going to be rad, man. I'm excited about that as well.
Dude, that's crazy. So it's on Solana.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know. Okay, Crash says I need a Risk Coin boss. So Risk Coin is a trait in these bosses.
Let's go.
But I wanted to know, so like Doofy, how do I get Doofy? How do I get a bag? Oh my gosh, Burgess, you got a score. Refresh that page, and Unforgettable Name is going to be pissed.
Why?
I'm telling you.
Shout out to Crash, by the way.
Yep, shout out to Crash.
Best community manager in the space. I love my Crash. What's up, brother?
Dude, so I'll show it. I have it on Pool PM. It came up quicker.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen the art of obviously in the minted version, but they look great, dude.
Thanks. So it's
I
this,
scored.
dude.
This is what I minted.
Yeah, dude, this is what you minted.
Oh,
You got the hop straight, dude. And
Oh,
you got the JPEG boss graffiti
and the
background.
JPEG. Yes,
That's
the
like one of
coolest
my
background.
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
your artist did a
That's a
good
good
job,
one.
man. These look great.
Oh, it just popped up on my.
There you go, man.
Nice. Let's go.
That's
I'm happy
nasty.
with all the ones I minted. They're actually pretty good.
See,
Got the
dude, I'm so
syringe.
glad.
I got the syringe, I got the inmate trait, and I got the hops trait.
You know what I love about Cardano? You look at so many people who are minting NFTs, and we have so many other projects that are part of that. Like, that's so cool. Where do you see that in other spaces? I mean, I haven't seen anything like that to that level. I mean, there's risk. We got so many risk like traits and so many other awesome projects out there. Like that's such an honor that I think we're doing to each other and really getting other people to be like, hey, there's other great projects in Cardano. It's not just like this me first and only me aspect that we have. This mindset that we have in Cardano is very different than anywhere else. And we do want to take that mindset and spread that out in other places, because I think that's the key to success in the long run. In my personal opinion, I've always believed that. And I love
working
it,
together 100% is the best
Yeah.
way.
Speaking of that, okay, so I have this question. So are all of the risk assets SIP 68?
No, none of them are.
None of them are.
No, we were actually going to take the tanks, and we were going to go to SIP 68 with the tanks. We decided to scratch that actually, because I don't think we're going to need SIP 68 on that. And it was a whole different level of development with that, which we had not really done anything like that before. It really comes down to a lack of developers. Now, not quality developers, because there's some really good people out there that are doing it, but we didn't have what we needed at the time. And I don't think it was according to our timeline by the time we got there, because the person we wanted to work with is so busy. There's just no way that we would have gotten the attention to detail that we need when we release an NFT set. So that was the big reason. I was actually kind of bummed that the tanks didn't go SIP 68, because that was the plan from the beginning, but time permitting just did not allow us to do that.
I will tell you something that is kind of interesting that might be interesting to you. So I don't know 100% if this is for everybody, but I think it might be. But Veggiemates and the Goofy project, or Goofs, they have like a really intuitive, really awesome like trait like marketplace. I think that theirs is actually significantly better than the Apes Tailor Shop. But they also, I believe, have like a SIP 25 to 68 converter.
Yeah, I know that exists.
It's,
And so it's cool to have that option down the road sometime if that's something that anybody decides to do. That's great.
because I was thinking that like it might be cool to have like several communities build that like trait marketplace, like one universal one that everybody can use, because then it's like the benefit for each community is that they all have their own token, so they need that token to be used for different things, right? And then so like you would, all of the incentives to each community would be like through how the using of that affects that token. So that was something I was thinking about.
Actually,
Like,
a great idea. It really is.
I mean, we have all these partner projects, you know what I mean? Like, just be like, yo, all of you, let's just throw it together. I mean, you don't have to worry about like equity or profit share too much, because that all comes through how it would interact with the token, depending on what you were looking for. You know what I mean? Be it a burn mechanism, or just like you could get them back into your treasury. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, looking at the Cardano space, we all know each other. We all work together. We're all partnered with each other, and so I don't think that would be too hard to do. Try doing that on Ethereum. That would never happen.
Yeah. That was something we looked at today on Crypto Nightly News. Is like the Ape Society, they opened up their bridge over to Base.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like I think there's like 2,000 and something Ape Society that bridged over. There's zero volume.
I have my.
No one says anything, just crickets.
I don't know, man. I'm over the whole thing. I think expansion would have been the key instead of up and leaving. Obviously, there's a lot of people who are upset about that. Yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, there's room at the top now. And I'll be honest with you, Risk Gaming Project, we're aiming for the top. Why wouldn't you? If anybody doesn't come out there and say, oh, we feel like we could be a top project, then like you got to believe in yourself, man. So, having that, it's going to be a new landscape in Cardano. And 6 months from now, a year from now, you're going to have a whole new range of top projects. I think a lot of them are going to be gaming projects. A lot of them are going to be, projects that have something to them instead of just, this or that or whatever. And I expect to see a new top 10 here in 6 to 12 months.
Oh, I think there already is. And I did check the 1 hour JPEG store. Mm-hmm. Number 5 is the bosses.
Oh,
and we're only in the like, I guess the whitelist phase. And we didn't even really have as many people as we hoped to. So like, I'm hoping that tomorrow and just this week, if we can get to halfway through our mint, we're dropping.
You guys are doing better than projected so far.
Oh, dude,
right?
Someone minted like 30. Sheesh.
Yeah, I just saw that. Because like I was like looking earlier and I was like, oh, it's like almost a 300, and then I just glanced back and I was like, holy shit, 339. What? 340. Someone just minted again.
Well, the most that they could have possibly minted as an individual is probably 25. I believe, from whitelists. Unless it's Jeff Dukes. Jeff Dukes did have like infinite whitelists that he won from every place. Is it you, Jeff Dukes? Look, you're in the chat. Is it you, bud? Curious if whitelist prices carry over. It ends when the whitelist phase ends. That's what happens. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure what the reason was, but every phase was 24 hours. We wanted to give people at least time to take part in it. But they said it goes through each phase. It doesn't carry over. It would have been cool if it did, but okay. Look, it was a 22 mint, a 6 and a 2. That's sick. We love that. We love
Shout out to Crypto in the chat. Shout out to Bryson in the chat. What up, Bryson?
Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Shout out, Bryson. Yep. So this has been. We're almost getting up to an hour, but so so many things going on. Like it's amazing. Like, what? I guess what are your last final thoughts that you want to share with everybody? Because Riskwise Pro is going to be awesome. You won't tell me the timeline, which drives me crazy because I want to know because it's interesting. Somebody asked if what we're building at JPEG Empire is competitive with what you all are building, and I was like, absolutely not. They're competing with Tap Tools. We're not competing with Tap Tools. We're making something like a brief little overview of what your holdings are and things in the space. You know what I mean? But you all are doing something in depth. You're going to be able to see basically all of the information you possibly want to see. So from ours, we'd be like, hey, here's everything you need. But if you're trying to go deep, why don't you check out Riskwise Pro?
Yeah, I think that's one of the most exciting things that's going to happen to Cardano. By the time this is out and it's complete, it's going to be a game changer. And again, it's going to open up the door to people who maybe can't afford, the prices that it takes to hold that many tappies to get, all the top tier access. Obviously we have different tiers as well, but the fact that owning any one of our NFTs, even if somebody just wants to have access to Riskwise Pro, they can go buy the cheapest NFT we've got off the floor, and boom, there you go. That's game changing for Cardano, because as we continue to grow, people, like I said, people need access to. This shouldn't be like the rich, eat off the poor kind of thing, like you have in our country. The rich run the world, and so it's like
we have in the world.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we want to make it so where everybody can have access. And again, and the reason behind that is because when people come to Cardano in particular, of course we've got aspirations that we're reaching out in other places, but Cardano is our home. Cardano is like my love, man. I love my people. I love my community. I love everybody who is out here working hard. And I've got friendships, relationships that'll last a lifetime in here. And, we know that we're going to grow. And as we grow, we want people to come in, have a good experience. We want people to come in and be like, oh, I need access to this tool set so I can know all this information, because information is what makes you a better trader, what's make you a better investor. And so, that to me is the most exciting thing right now. And of course, selfishly, the ultimate domination game, me being the risk guy that I am, I can't wait to play the game. Like I said, you guys, we're pretty close on everything. So for parting words, I just would like to say thank you to everybody that we're partnered with. Thank you to people like yourselves who are out here, putting people like myself on there, giving us exposure, working hard behind the scenes, creating great things for the space. Everybody who's doing something for the space makes the space great as a whole, makes Cardano great, gets people interested, gets people's eyes over here, and we're going to grow. Right now NFTs are a little bit tough, but it won't always be that way. Things cycle in, things cycle out. Crypto, I think, is about to go on a bull run, regardless of whatever daily news we have, this or that affects the market. We are coming into a time historically with the bull cycles and the Bitcoin happening that, people know what's coming. And a lot of that's going to trickle down, whether even if people who are degenning in meme tokens, people are making a shit ton of money. Sorry if I'm not allowed to cuss on camera, but people are making a lot of money on meme tokens. And a lot of those people are going to come back like myself, right? When I get off this show, I'm going to go mint, because that's what I like to do. That's my fun. That's like my dopamine hit in this space, and there's that's not changed. You know what I mean? It's just that people want better opportunities. People want to invest in teams they believe in, and they want to be here for a long time. So shout out to everybody who's doing that. I've got a lot of friends in the space. I got a lot of love for a lot of people.
100%. Thank you, Mr. Ultimate, for coming out. We really appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me on, man. It's always a good time with you guys.
Dude, it's been fantastic. And you know what? There really haven't been. There are 3 risk coins that have been minted.
Oh yeah, right? I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna look at all the trades. I'm gonna look at everything before I mint, so I can start to get that manifest energy going. And be like, I want that.
So here we are. And I'm not sure if we actually put like a trait, like the distributions in the Discord. Which if Desert is here, still in the chat, he'll know. But I believe we're going to share the distributions in the chat. But yeah, so there are. Oh, I'm not even showing this. I said, yeah, so here are 3 of the risk traits. Let's see. Right?
The risk coin.
Risk coin.
Nice.
And so what we're doing here is that people will get a rebate on their mint, and they'll get 3380 worth of risk coin.
Oh, that's so cool, dude.
Yeah. Once we sell out.
Regardless of whether I mint a risk trade or not, I mean, I'm gonna buy one, because I have a collection of private NFTs that I'll never sell, with all risk trades on there. Because to me, that's like a tribute to the hard work that we do and the partnerships that we have. So I love that. I got a risk collection that's gonna continue to grow, hopefully. And every time someone adds a trade to there, I'm very humbled by that, because that's just it shares the love. Everybody gets everybody slices the pie, everybody wins. And, a lot of projects that are out there that aren't going to be able to keep up are not going to be here, and a lot of those projects, I've found the common denominator is that they really don't want to work with other people. They don't want to form partnerships. They don't want to share their, audience with other people. And I think that those days are over, especially in Cardano. So again, shout out to everybody who sees the big picture. If you're for Cardano, I am for you. And that's never going to change.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful. That's perfect. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time around. We'll have to have you back, especially whenever Riskwise Pro comes out. Whenever the Risk game comes out, maybe we'll play live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah.
Let's do it.
But you're fantastic. And we'll see you next time around. Thank you.
Luck's your mint. I'm going to go get mine. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. I hope you get a Risk coin. There's also a bunch of other partner traits that are really interesting. So
yeah.
Keep an eye out.
Peace to everybody. Thanks for tuning live. I love y'all.
Peace, man. Dude.
All righty, John. Another good show. Dude, the freaking J-Chain's fight is literally just about to start.
Right now? Okay, so we're just in time. So everybody make sure you watch the IFC fight. Remember, we just spoke to J-Chains. He said he was excited to beat this Firefest guy's ass.
Yes,
we're actually going to be streaming this live in JPEG Junkie Discord.
Yeah, so jump over to Discord and watch this shit. Let's do it. Love everybody. We're gonna peace out.
Peace.
Bye.